Welcome to the Why Not Results podcast, where business owners, marketers, and decision makers come to get real answers, discuss proven strategies, tear down the myths, and hear the no-fluff conversations about what actually drives growth. Today, I'm your host, Mario Luis Braga, founder of Why Not Results. And I'm excited to talk with Lynn Melcher from Digital Agency Support, a marketing agency who specializes in paid ads on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Today, we will focus on Google Local Services, service ads, and Google My Business. As in all of our episodes, I sit down with industry leaders and marketing pros who aren't just talking theory, they're out there getting results. Welcome, Lynn.
Thanks. How you doing, Mario?
Doing well, brother. Welcome back.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Absolutely great to have you here. It seems a little weird to be here without Jeff, I feel like I've only got half the team.
We've been attached at the hip for a long time,
Yeah.
and the umbilical cords.
Well, hello, Lynn, or Jeff. Sorry you're not here today, buddy, but at least you didn't have to fight traffic. So I'm totally stoked to hear about, explain the difference, Google My Business and the reviews and maps and Google Local Services. It's so confusing.
It is. And it confuses everybody. Because just when you think you have it down, they're going to change the name. It might even be the same service, but they're going to change the name because that's a new engineer. He needs to do something to show his Google bosses, look what I'm doing.
Do you think they do it also just to confuse us?
I think so. And I think they want you to stay active. They want you to stay active in the system. So by churning it over all the time and even just changing the name of the ads platform. I mean, how long was it AdWords? What do we know it as? AdWords. Everybody I talk to says AdWords, but that's not what Google calls it now. Now it's Google Ads because we couldn't understand what that other word was after 15 years.
I didn't realize that AdWords and Google Ads are one and the same.
One and the same.
All right. So I don't feel so bad about being so confused out there. So, I think primarily you really want to focus on Google Local Services, correct?
Something to talk about it. We get a lot of questions about it. A lot of people don't understand it. I thought it would be an easy one to get across and, ask me what you don't know and I'll go at it like you're a client.
Perfect. And so let me tell you what I think I know about it and then you fill in the blanks.
Okay.
So my understanding from what I've heard about Google Local Service ads is that those are a simpler version for businesses to focus in a local area. So their local footprint to get some local traffic, nothing outside of the area, the region, nationally, worldwide.
Brick and mortar, local, mom, pop, couple of stores.
AC stuff.
Yeah, service industry is really good for that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It serves a good purpose because it allows the client to jump in at a level that isn't AdWords. AdWords requires me. AdWords requires somebody who understands it at a much higher level. We still do this. We almost do it like an end cap to get the client in and kind of help him learn and get an idea of the jargon and everything and still get his ads out there. And sometimes that's all they need. If you're a small AC service, that was a good one. You may only have 3 trucks running. I can only get you so much business until you need to add trucks, what everybody wants, but you don't always want to grow. Sometimes you just want business.
Right.
So that's where it comes into play.
So Google Local Service Ads, is that somebody type that in and it sends me and I have to have a separate username and password to get into that area?
Yeah, those two. It's in its own platform. It's got its own platform. You can make mistakes at it. You cannot know how to get a hold of Google to fix problems. Most of the time, that's where we come in. That's the purpose we serve. You can do it yourself, like many of these things, but you've got to be willing to spend time doing it, not fixing air conditioning units.
So this isn't organic. Is this organic and paid?
No,
it's purely paid.
This local services ads purely paid.
Purely paid.
Purely paid. You have a budget. Google sets a minimum budget and suggests a budget and a max budget, and you pick through that period where you want to start. Gives you an idea.
I wonder if I have an account.
I don't know.
Well, I want to test it out and see. So I do have my computer up here and I'm recording it. So should we maybe just start with a local business right now, or should that maybe a good place to start? Or when should we jump in and show me some stuff on the screen?
Let's look at it from another standpoint first. Let's go with the foundation, which is Google My Business.
Okay.
Google My Business is the foundation. Every business out there gets one of these for free. It's not hard to run, but you need to do it correctly, because if you do it incorrectly or you don't check your services, other people can hijack it. Businesses don't know that. I go in all the time and I'll see a business, and when I'm just sitting at a restaurant, sometimes I'll look up their GMB page to see how it's functioning because I'm curious. And I can almost always tell when somebody else has it, not the owner, because it's not taken care of very well, doesn't have the right information.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because if I send out a note that says, hey, I want to claim this, and there's nobody else that has already claimed it, i.e., the business, I can claim it.
No kidding.
I can claim it.
I had no idea you
Yeah.
claim there's no verification process?
There is a verification process, but many times that business has kind of let it go by the wayside, or somebody else started it, or my nephew's cousin's brother started my GMB and I didn't even know it was out there. So then I go in and go, okay, and I request it. You're not looking. How many emails you get from Google that you don't look at?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. So you don't notice. There's nobody saying, no, no, that's ours. Who does it become? Mine. Now, I don't do that. There's no purpose for it, but other businesses can do it.
So if a business comes across that scenario that you just described, is it
Then they have to reach out, put a ticket into Google and say, hey, this is us, not them. Google does it a couple ways. Phone call, they'll do a phone call to verify business. They want a brick and mortar address, even if that address doesn't show up. Like I know somebody who's running an AC service out of their house, they don't want their address on the ads. And you can take those off and just have the information as to what your service does, what your hours are, phone numbers and things like that. But that's all information you should be updating. It's very important to Google for you to be active in Google. So if you created something 3 years ago and haven't looked at it since then and wonder why it's not doing what you want, that's your fault. And Google scores you down for that.
right? Because I know we can upload pictures, and it's on our to list to do. We're not great
You can
about
do
it.
all kinds of, there's a space in there where you can build yourself a marginal website if you have none for free, and just plug and play stuff. Very easy stuff. But your hours, what you offer, specials, things of that nature, reviews,
They're not paid ads inside of that, are there?
there's not paid ads inside of there, but when you can click into the local service portion and begin the local service out of that, it'll let you ability.
Okay, so you start with Google My Business, get that dialed
That's
in.
your foundation. That's your foundation.
All right.
And that's for everything. All your reviews, everything goes through there. So GMB is, you need to have a GMB before you run any ads anywhere, because everybody grabs from that. That is that little map that shows up.
Mhm.
How do I get there? Near me, website, all those other things.
So
That's
they've
Google My Business.
incorporated maps as well. Got it.
Yeah.
So I know, and it seems like I hear reviews are huge anymore, and I believe that's part of your GMB, right? So that's where people are leaving information, yeah, on GMB. So okay, so I didn't realize that these local service ads, which aren't for every industry, but for the local mom and pops.
And it can expand beyond. I'm not saying that it's limited to only local. We have some larger businesses that have grown with it, and they're still spending, $4,000-$5,000 a month, which doesn't sound like a mom and pop
On the local service ad.
because it's working for them. Now they also expand into other areas many times, but they're not going to get rid of something that's working.
So
If they
are you saying that when you say expand to other areas, are they opening up a GMB account in a different town?
no, I mean that there's moving on up to Google AdWords or Google Ads. They're going out into the Instagram and Facebook world. They're going above and beyond. The local service ads it's a quick it's quick ads. It's what used to be, you know, I can't think of the name. It changed 3 times while I was at Google. I don't even remember the name anymore.
These same things.
The same things. It was the same thing. It basically is the quick version of, hey, anybody can do this, pretty much. There's gonna be some issues and some problems, and we do it for clients because they don't wanna mess with it at all, but it's not, we charge almost nothing for it.
So is it kind of the equivalent of like Facebook boosting?
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to put it.
It's kind of
You don't have control. It's gonna go out really quick to everybody, bleh, but local services is more targeted because you can give it a list of what you do. So then it'll only go to keywords. Remember, Google is after the working on the clients out there that have trends that are following what you need. So that's even true of local service ads, just not at the level that I can drill down inside of Google Ads itself. And it gets confusing saying local service ads are two different things. And that's why I liked when they used to use the word AdWords, because that bespoke something completely different.
huh.
You know? The one thing the local service ads does is it gives you a taste of what kind of clients and what you're going to get I'm always amazed sometimes how businesses will think this is my main client, but when you go in and you look at their actual data, that's not who's coming in to see them. That's not who's doing the clicking. That's not who's wasting the money either. You don't have the ability in local service ads to run a ton of negatives. You can get a few in there, but not like AdWords where you can negative out all your competition, all of the regions. There's all kinds of things you can do in AdWords that you can't do in local services.
Oh, okay.
But that's when you need to have a big brain like me, which I don't have. I just have, younger people than me that do it for me.
And the experience to ask the right questions.
Right. That helps. That helps. And point them the right way when they got it wrong.
Gotcha.
Plus, having agency is important when it comes to dealing with Google because we have avenues to get to Google. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to reach out to some of these services. There's, you're not talking to anybody. You can't find a phone number half the time, you know.
I have probably found a phone number for my the Google suite. Yeah, to get somebody that part of Google on the phone, but that's it.
Yeah, good.
That is the only one.
How long did it take you to find it?
I had to dig. I had to dig.
Right.
And now anymore, I think you have to go through their chat protocol, have that fail to get the number.
Yeah.
So I hate that.
I know. Or overseas, and you got to go through the overseas portion before you go to get to somebody who you can understand.
But the world is getting so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
That's here to save the day.
So, I mean, there isn't a ton to go over on this, and that's why this is a fairly short one, discussion wise. But every business out there needs to go into their GMB. Just type GMB or Google My Business. Go in there, click on it, put in your address, put in the name of your business, see what pops up.
All right. And so the local service ads have nothing to do with organic whatsoever. They're not influencing that a bit.
No. Except they are getting you traffic, and traffic counts because you're tying your analytics, right, into so everything that comes in from organic is affecting your ads because that's traffic, and I can take those lists of people, and everything that comes in from paid ads ties in because organic wants lists and know to who to reach out to and who to push the organic stuff to. So through Google Analytics or GA4, which is the newest of analytics,
Right.
you're literally using both of those simultaneous.
So one does help the other one a little bit, but just abstractly, sounds like.
It all pushes. And when you're talking about remarketing, you want lists. You want lists of people that have come to your website, that have clicked on you, that have looked at your ads. Both sides want that. Because even if they didn't buy, they might next week, they might the week after, or the dance.
Yeah, I know the dance, and I'm still sitting on the sidelines, to be honest.
You got to fill out a piece of paperwork for me.
You know what? I think I actually have that filled out. It's been filled out. I asked Jasper about it. He's like, it's been sitting there since you gave it to me when you first gave it to me. I'm like, what? So I need to give it to you. I think there were some things on there he wasn't sure about, but regardless,
But that's fine.
pretty easy.
And that's easy because then I know what to ask when I see okay.
So I do have that. Okay, so it sounds like where I need to start is maybe take a look at the Google local service ads just to see if there's an industry that makes sense for me to even consider.
And let's make sure you own the Google My Business.
Well, that I do.
Okay.
That I have that in because I know that I'm in there and we do things.
Good.
So yeah, so
Okay. And then you just move to the next.
move to the next, and then I also want to do the ads, right? As well, I want to get going on some of those as well. So
And once Google looks at the area around you, the type of business you are, what they see as volume around here, they're going to say, okay, this is the minimum you need to spend. And the minimum, it'll work, but it crawls. This is the max you want to spend. And then somewhere in the middle is probably the right point for your business.
okay, well, it's another confusing piece of Google.
It is and it isn't. Once you know what buttons to push, it's kind of like a marriage. Go ahead.
I'm not going to ask you to elaborate on that piece. I'm going to leave that one alone. And on that note, I think that's a good short but sweet episode. And thank you for explaining the difference between the two.
We got a little bit into the weeds, but it's anybody could do it.
Okay.
And if you don't want to do it, call me.
Call you. What do they call you?
Hey, call me a lot of things.
So good digital agency support. The Melcher boys will help you. These guys are good. Get on, and they'll be straight and they'll shoot straight.
Makes for better clients.
Yeah. Keep them on the books.
Thank you guys. Appreciate the time.
Thanks for coming in again.